So this is a really short presentation on doodling and visual note taking, and sometimes it's also called sketchnoting. It is a very useful tool, and I think it makes you really be more focused on the subject matter when you are taking notes in terms of visuals and texts. And also it's really nice when you go back to see your notes that you are really just on the time when you were taking the notes. So this is a presentation that I collected from different resources, and all the resources are linked to the slides. So I will first begin with Sunny Brown's TED Talk, which you can also watch in your own time. But I really like this point of the presentation, that she tells that how we really that we have like different learning modalities, and in order to learn effectively, we should combine visuals, auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic modalities, and with our emotions. And when you are taking notes and when you are taking visual notes, you always, or most of the time, you really combine all of these modalities. So it's a really an efficient way to learn when you are taking visual notes and text and bring them together while you are listening to someone or while you are thinking about something. I think combining our different senses and bringing them together is really important for us, and it will really make your notes and make your ideas really be more engaged with the subject. So it is combination of the visuals and the verbal, and also when you are sketching and taking them as notes, you are also kinesthetically involved in the process. It is good that you can make notes for yourself, so you can really understand your development processes. You can understand how this idea came to being, but also it's a really great tool that you can communicate with others, because visuals with some textual notes, they are a great tool that most of the people really understand very quickly. So there are quite a lot of different ways to do that, and I think most of us really do it without thinking. So we always make some doodles and also take some write some notes next to them. But I think after I spent a bit time how to optimize it and how to maybe the use of it, how I learned and with the methods, I think it helped me also quite a lot. So I think this could be also very useful, just to know a few tricks and tips that will really enhance your visual note taking. I think first you really need to decide on a structure. So let's say you are listening a person, or you are thinking about a project. Just first decide how you will structure your page. I think this is quite crucial. So you can begin from the top and then go down, or you can begin from the top and then make a path, or you can have like different clouds. So there are different subjects maybe that you can that you think they need to be separated, or you can make some grids and modular boxes to categorize your thinking. If you don't have any clue about the subject, or you don't have any clue how you will think and develop your ideas, I would suggest the radial one would work for most of times the best, because you are just in the middle of the page and you can have different ways that your ideas or that your notes could go. It's always good to use some frame lines, maybe some quotations and some thoughts. That it's really good to differentiate your texts between different types of text that you want to add. So sometimes having a quotation should have also a visual indication, and sometimes if you are thinking about something at the moment, having these bubbles would be also quite important. So just make sure you have some visual library of frames and lines, and also differentiate between more important text and maybe less important text, or maybe different emotions that each text will have on your notes. It's quite crucial to have some very basic people, so some face expressions, and I think after a while probably each of us will have a different way of representing people, and this is also really good. So at some point you have your own character of representing people and faces, and it's always good to have a set of objects that you use, so you don't need to really think about how should I visualize this object or this thing. So after a while probably you will have a set of objects that you frequently use, and think it as a library of objects and visuals, and this will also give you a characteristic to your notes and visuals. I think bullet points are quite essential, so there could be different ways to do that, and these different bullet points could also have some meaning for you. So for example, if it is very important, you use these such kind of more image-like bullet points, and sometimes if it is very not that much important, you may have just the symbols, I guess, and after a while probably you will have different ways of emphasizing more important things and more important points. There are some people who really do this for their living, so there could be people working on the conferences, and they really are professionals in visual note-taking, and they are also sometimes hired by the conferences, so people can have just visual notes after they have listened to someone's talk. And adding color could be some way. I would say if it makes your visual note-taking ability quite restricted, maybe you may just not to use them. But if you are very comfortable and you have some space, and you are working on your desktop, and then maybe adding some colors could also enhance, and it could be one more layer of information that you can add to your notes. So I think sometimes they are very visually appealing as well, but I think it's most important that when you look to the whole page, that you can understand the whole process or the whole presentation. I think this is a really crucial point of visual note-taking, that, let's say, your idea generation took 20 minutes or 30 minutes, or the presentation that you were listening took half an hour. But on a visual, on a page with visuals and texts, it takes just a few seconds that you remember the whole subject. I think this is a really important aspect of visual note-taking and combining visuals with text. For my own courses, I give this video, which is quite a very well-structured documentation, and it has around 20 chapters, and in each chapter the author deals with a different subject, so it is very nice to exercise your sketchnoting with this documentation if you want. And I think if you want to have an example, RSA's animate series are quite a really good example. They are really maybe very elaborate in terms of the quality of the sketches, but I think it really shows you how effectively you can use sketch notes. Thank you.